Hey everyone, I don't usually do these sort of things. I'm not a big TikTok user, but what I am good at is finance and understanding how to beat the banks. So I've got a couple of people that I've given this advice to, and everyone's been telling me that I should make it public, so here we go. With the interest rates rising in this country and with everyone going through financially hard times, I have some advice for you on how to beat the banks. In this country, and I mean this is a global problem, people don't understand finance, they don't understand how money works. Specifically in relation to interest rates, they don't understand how compound interest works. So I tell people this all the time. If you have mortgages, if you have loans, the best way to beat the banks is to stop playing their game. The reason why banks want you to pay mortgage rates monthly is because they rely on a thing called compound interest. And compound interest accrues over the course of that 30 days. You make a payment, say if your mortgage is $1,000, 70% of that is interest, 30% of that is on the capital of the loan. So essentially per month you're paying $700 in interest. Now, how do you beat them? Well, you need to stop the compound interest from accruing. So how do you do that? If you're paying $1,000 a month, pay an extra $30 and pay $1 per day to your bank. Because as I said earlier, compound interest goes up over the course of the month, and then it goes, when you make the payment, it goes bang, down 70%. If you make $1 payment per day, it goes up. First day you make a payment, it goes, oh shit, back down to zero. Make another payment the next day, $1, oh, it goes down to zero. If you do that for 30 days, the end of that 30 days, that mortgage payment that you make will be 100%, 100, on the capital that you have on that loan. You will pay a big fat zero in interest. Absolutely zero in interest. And you will end up cutting your mortgage from 25 years down to about 5. Now the trick with this, and it's another reason why the banks and all these people, they want you to be on fixed interest rates, because if you're on a fixed interest rate, you can't do this strategy. You can't do this because you're locked into a fixed interest rate. The only way that it works is if you do it on a variable rate, because obviously it drops the interest rate to zero. Day one, pay $1, zero. Day two, zero. Day three, zero, 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 and so on. Till you get to the end of that month when you pay your mortgage repayment, 100% of it goes on to your capital of your loan. So the banks don't make any money, and you pay off your loan in about 1/5 of the time. And you can do this with credit cards, you can do this with car loans, anything that has a variable interest rate, you can do it, and you can beat the banks. Now obviously the trick here is to make sure that you can do this, you have the opportunity to do this. They can't stop you from doing this. Obviously they will try to stop you from doing this. They don't like people doing this, they don't like people having this knowledge, which is why they try to say, oh yes, go and get a better interest rate. No, just stop paying interest. Nobody out there needs to be paying interest. Get smarter. Be better than the banks. I mean, 90% of the world's population don't even know what mortgage stands for. So mortgage is a Latin word. And it's one of the reasons why they stopped teaching Latin in the world, in schools, in the 90s. Because they don't want people to understand. Most Reserve Bank charters, most banking charters are written in Latin. That's why they stopped teaching it. But the point I'm trying to get to is mortgage is a 2-part Latin word. Mort, in front of my finger, so mort stands for, well, what do they do at a mortuary? At a mortuary, they bury dead people. So mort stands for death. Gage in Latin stands for pledge. So a mortgage is essentially a death pledge between you and the bank. They never ever expect you to pay it off. It's modern day indentured slavery. So my goal and my reason for doing this post today is to educate people. Educate people that there is a better way, there's a smarter way, there's an easier way to beat the banks, to not pay them any money, and to get your home owned a hell of a lot quicker than what they allow you to. Now, obviously, the banks don't like this. I've tried to say this stuff before, tried to get this knowledge out to the world, and my comments get deleted. I did a post today on a bank, deleted in 15 minutes. It was gone. So the banks don't like this. They don't like this knowledge being out there, and they will try to stop you. They will send you cease and desist letters. They will try to stop you from doing it. But at the end of the day, they can't. If you get a cease and desist letter, once you start doing this $1 a day payment thing to your financial institution, ignore it. Scrap it up, put it in the bin. What are they going to do? Take you to court and say, oh, Your Honour, he's paying too much. They get laughed out of court. So if you want to beat the banks, beat them by not paying compound interest. Cheers, guys. Hope you enjoyed that, and be safe out there.